Hello, everyone. Hopefully everything is working okay. This is a whole new setup for me, so let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if everything is good on your all's end. I am really excited to be sprinting and to hopefully have done this right so that my camera's set up and y'all can hear me and see everything. But this is going to be a learning experience. I've never streamed like this before, so hopefully everything is working. I think I've got it. Oh, Amanda says they can see and hear me, so I must be doing something right. That is good to know. And Amanda is here and says hello. Hi, Amanda. And Sue is here. How have you been, Sue? And Amanda said, so cute. I love it about my loading screen, or my stream is starting soon screen, which means I did something right. And I am watching, so yes, now I can see it on my end because I have my phone up because I wanted to be sure that I was doing it right because I have never used OBS before. Well, I mean, I have technically yesterday when I was farting around with it with Amanda and Omi to make sure my camera was working. But this is the first time I've used it this way. Hello, Mary. How have you been? So as you can see, we have like a slightly different setup. I should look a little bit clearer and y'all should be able to see more of my room for a change. Because the new camera is much better quality than the webcam on my old laptop because I officially have my new computer. And we have a new timer because I've been obsessed with Spirit City. So we have a new setup and I do, right? I have to click it on the game, not on the screen, on OBS. So I have a timer here. And I thought we would do it this way. And I think we'll do 4 sprints. I think that should be a decent number, give us time to talk, and let us get some stuff done. And let's see. Amanda said hi to Mary, and Mary said hi to Amanda, and Sue said hi to Mary. And Amanda said, get ready for some beautiful kitty cams. Yes. One of the fun things about this setup is that, now it may get a little blurry, because I'm going to turn the camera, but I can actually direct you towards the bed now, and it's a lot clearer, and you can see bug. In my lamp. But you can see Buggy. Right, Bugs? He is not interested in performing for you. But yeah, if the kitties are in the bed, I can actually give you a really cool kitty cam at times. So that's really, really nice. I think that'll be fun. So now, might get a little bit blurry as I swing it back because I've been told that it does. But I think that'll be really cool because if the kitties are being like cute and sleeping on the bed, I can give you a kitty cam. So what are you all going to be working on? I can show you, I have my to-do list here. And as you can see, I've been doing really, really well on my to-do list today. So my only project that I have left, we'll make this a little bit bigger, is to get to page 250 of Blood of Dragons. So it's the only to-do list task I have left that I really want to focus on today. And I am currently on page 137. I don't know. Let's see if I can figure out what chapter. Oh, 250 is literally the end of chapter 11. Chapter 12 starts on page 251, which means I might be able to figure this out. Let's see. Will it tell me? So, chapter 12. That would be, I'm partway through chapter 7. Chapter 8 is an hour. Chapter 9 is about 40 minutes. Chapter 10 is 30. And chapter 11 is about 40. So I should be able to do that during sprints, I would think, at the speed I listen to things at. Because that's one. Let's see. That would be 220. 250. And then, oh yeah. if I'm right, I should be able to do that in the first couple of sprints. Just very excited. Very excited. Very exciting. I am very excited. Let's see. Amanda says, I definitely need to. Been stressed out about college stuff not getting figured out, but I'm ignoring all that for the time being and going to work on content and reading. I'm pretty caught up with content. I mean, I'm going to have a vlog to edit because I have to check in tomorrow to wrap up the vlog. And I haven't edited the midweek check-in, but I did actually check in and I got B-roll for y'all, so I'm pretty happy with that. It is warm in my room, so we're going to kick on the fan. So let me know if that affects things too much, because this is a whole new mic setup. Sue is starting with my short story first. You've been in a reading slump. I have been reading a lot, which is probably to do with everything with my mom, of not wanting to think about things and trying to distract. And I have been on Kelly's sprints every single morning, and except for today, I'm pretty sure I've used all of those sprints specifically to read. So they have been very, very exciting. I think I'm going to schedule sprints tonight for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. because tomorrow is Saturday and Kelly does not do her sprints at 9 a.m. on Saturday, but I'm really enjoying starting my day with those sprints. So I think I may do them myself tomorrow morning. So if y'all are looking for sprints tomorrow morning, I'll have mine. Mary is starting The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. It's a 3-hour audio. Nice. I don't think that's part of the Narnia series, right? I don't remember one being called that, but that is the right author. I also have my little companion. If you don't know, this is a game called Spirit City, and I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. And I have my little companion here. He's so cute. Look at him. And you can change, like, the colors. But I liked the green one. And I can tell you a little bit more about him. This is Bulby. Lightning storms are known to lure out bulbies, so... Oh, you want me to look at the puppy's alternate colors, Amanda? I can do that. I earned, or I found Moonpaw last night. I think his name is Moonpaw. The puppy. Okay. Let me move this. Ooh. Actually, if I leave this here, I can just go like that. So we have an orange one that looks very like my cat, Creamy. And then we have one with the green. This one is obviously a trans puppy. Ooh. I like that one. We have Santa Pup. And a flower one. I've done Celestial on a few of them. Then we have a reindeer pup. And then we have a winter one. Very, very cute. Very cute. That's the one. Well, you said that one, but I don't know which one I was on when you said that. You're going to have to be more specific. Oh, you're trans puppy. Yeah, that is very clearly a trans puppy. The colors are so perfect for that. See, I'm torn because this reminds me of my cat, Creamy. But then I also really like the brown with the green. It's so tempting. But we're going to stick with Bulby tonight, who is reading his book on his chair. I went faster than you could type. It's a Christian nonfiction by C.S. Lewis. Got it, Mary. So, I did my library. It is got the rainbow shells, which I really like, and if you notice, it's as non-binary as I could make it with the color scheme. Because I have my little non-binary mug, and I love the theme. I think it's really cool. So let's pop the timer back up. So, like I said, I am going to be listening to Blood of Dragons because I need to get through a bunch of that. That's the only book left on my Phase 10 TBR. The only one. So if I can finish that, I get my reward, and I see no reason why I'm not going to finish it, given that I'm already listening to it. So, with that being said, I want to hop into our first sprint so that I can make some more progress. Again, let me know if I've muted everything well. Like, if I screw something up, please let me know, because this whole setup is new to me. So, let's start our session, and I will see everyone in 30. So how do we do? I'm now on page 195. So I should hit that 250 mark in the next sprint. And then I have to move on to something else because this is not holding my attention the way other books in this series have. Not this arc, the Realm of the Elderlings in general. I think I'll probably go back to this because I could read a little bit of this and hopefully get this done soon-ish. Let's see. Where were we? It's so hard to choose which critter and variation to hang out with. Yes, it is, Amanda. Hello, Alicia. Alicia says, hey, Chris, just joining, reading Spark Joy by Mary Kondo before I switch to We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. Nice. Hopefully you make good progress in both. And Miranda. Yep. Amanda, let me know that everything was muted. That was nerve-wracking. During that sprint, Nicole wandered in and told me they love the new setup and said, so happy that you're able to get a new setup. I'm finishing up member sprints and then heading out, so can't stay. Look forward to chatting up, and then said, look forward to catching up, and then said hi to chat friends. And I thanked Nicole for stopping in. Ren is here. Hello, Ren. You finally made your first Chris sprint. Well, welcome in. You should be listening to Sister Vanguard and the Not Quite Dead by KJ Parker. Nice. Oh, here come the kitties. They're like, it's high time. Hi everyone. I've been finishing listening to the Fourth Warriors book while cleaning my closet. I love that series. You know I love that series. It's so exciting that a couple more of you are joining in on that. Sue had to take care of my Amazon order, so I only read a few pages. Well, that's still a few pages in the right direction. You have a similar critter on your TBR shelf plushie. Is this compared to my little Bulby? My little bee in the chair? Amanda edited for a bit and scrolled a bit. I understand how that goes. Yes, I know Porky. He's got big feelings and opinions. I was playing Family Island while listening to my audiobook. Let's see. Paisley is here. Hello. You just started listening to Rialto by Kate Milford. That is a book I want to get to because I really like the Green Glass House by Kate Milford. We can't hear the game when your mic is muted, though, so we'll have to take a look at audio at some point. Yeah, I kind of got that, but I don't know. Would desktop audio unmute that? Because I have 3 things in my audio mixer, and that's desktop audio, mic / auxiliary, and then video device. And Tech said, yep, the one in the chair. Yeah, that's one of my new ones, so I decided to chill with him today. And Mary said hi to Ren and to Text. And look, he's a Porky. Could you look at the... And there's a Buggy back there, who should be easier to see now with this camera. Although this one keeps whacking me in the face with his tail. He caught me in the eyeball earlier. Paisley said, I'm trying to get my room back in order. I have not been able to be in here since the air conditioner is out in it, and we have... Ooh. Yeah, that stinks. My air conditioner, I think, kind of shit the bed this year. The fan works, but I think the, air conditioning part went, but I've had my air conditioner for a long time, and we had talked about replacing it this year and keeping an eye out for deals, and then my mom got sick, and it was like, well, that is not a priority, so hopefully next year I will have a new one. Yes, I know, Pork. Oh. Okay, you could unmute desktop audio, but just know we'd be able to hear everything your computer is playing, so we would hear a bit of double of the game when you're unmuted because of your speakers. My speakers are off right now. I'm only using the speakers on the computer. But that's honestly not a huge deal, I'd say. We can brainstorm it. And on that note, it is time to get back to reading, so I will see everyone in 30. How did we do? I'm on page 250 of Blood of Dragons. And that is all of this I want to read for today. And it means that I can pop up my to-do list and check off the last thing on it, which is very exciting. So I did everything I wanted to do today. And like I said, I think I will read a few more essays and spectrums in the next sprint. Let's see. Ren said hi to Mary. And during that sprint, Phoenix wandered in. Hello, Phoenix. What do you think of the new setup? And also, did y'all notice Bugsy being cute in the background during that sprint? Amanda edited some more, then somehow managed to get sucked into deleting emails from an email that I have for junk. Well, I'm glad you got some editing done. Let's see, I'm on Finding Validity at Work. Wow, I still have so many. So very many. I was hoping I was getting close. That was my skin kid. I am not getting close. Amanda said, hey to Phoenix. Mary's at 38%. Nice job, Amanda. Text finished Rising Storm. You can see the floor of your closet, and you started 49 miles alone. That sounds like a very productive sprint. Phoenix likes the setup. I'm very, very happy with it. Mainly because I found out about Spirit City. I probably would still be using Restream right now if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to use Spirit City. Let's see. Pearls says hello. Hello. And Mary says hi to Phoenix. Sue said, I'm not crazy about the new clock. It's so small on my phone that I can't read it. Let me see. Yep, it would help if I don't know if I can make it bigger. Yeah, it just kind of... Yeah, I don't think I can make it bigger. I mean, I can go to a timer next time, which would make it bigger, but then I wouldn't have the timer for the breaks. Something to consider. And Phoenix said, hi, Amanda. And Red said, watch some YouTube. That sprint. Hopefully you found some stuff you enjoyed, Ren. And Phoenix said hi to Mary. And Pearl said, I've been gone all day and just saw you were alive. Yes. I finally figured out how to do it on OBS, and I was very excited to give it a go. And I finally got a camera to go with my new computer, because in all of the stuff with my mom, it never occurred to me when I ordered had my cousin order my desktop, that I would need a camera, that desktops don't come with them. Phoenix is probably mostly going to be lurking. Ow! Claws! We've talked about this. Mary said hi to Pearl. Paisley's on chapter 2, enjoying it so far. You're identifying with one of the characters more than you thought you would. That's nice. And Tex said, yeah, that clock is tiny. Well, maybe next time I'll try the timer. Let's see. Mary said, correction, The Great Divorce is fiction by C.S. Lewis. Good to know. Mary can't see the clock either. We'll take all of this into consideration for next time. Phoenix said, the clock is smaller. Hadn't thought of that since I don't pay attention to the time. Also, are you quieter than normal? Possibly, because this mic might not pick me up as well as the mic in my laptop did. I probably should get a mic at some point. There's also the round version that is a bit bigger, but switching will end these pommos. Again, we'll see what we can do next time. Let's see. I'm going to pause this, because he is making this take longer because I have to keep paying attention to him. I mean, it could be on your side, but it also could absolutely be that the mic in this camera does not pick me up as well as the mic in my laptop did. I'm also probably farther away from it than I was with my laptop one. The 16 in the top left corner is the level I'm in Spirit City. Because this is a computer game. Let's see, Sue said it's okay. I'll probably miss the breaks once in a while. I am trying to unmute my audio so you can at least hear, hopefully, the timer going off, but I don't know if it's capturing that, so you'll have to let me know, because it does make a noise when it goes off. Amanda said, oh, just kidding. You can go into settings right on the timer thing and switch session timer style to circle, and that may be more visible. Porky. Let's see. Setting timer sound, automatically fade. Session timer style circle. Oh, there you go. Is that better? As he's wrecking with his tail. At least it wasn't my eyeball this time. Of course he needs the attention. Of course you do. You heard the timer go off this time. That's because I was staring at it and I unmuted it before the sound went off. Isn't tonight the beta test of the new Spirit City? No idea. I only just found out about Spirit City. Amanda at least heard it. Fennec said much better. Amanda said New Spirit City. I know they just released the DLC for this one. And it seems like Text and Amanda and Paisley and Sue all prefer this timer. So we're going to stick with this one. And on that note, let's click resume so we can get back into reading. I will see you all in 30. How did we do? Let's see. I did read some more in Spectrums. I'm now on page 160. And I think I started on page 140, so 20 pages in there. And then I picked up Out of My Mind. And I'm now on page 11 of 301. And that is what I will read in the final sprint. Let's see. Paisley said my cat had to join us during a Zoom meeting about a Portuguese class today. Fortunately, cats rule here, yes. My cats keep joining me during counseling. They like to be right up in my face. It's been a lot of fun trying to do counseling and having a cat all up, like I said, in my face. And Mary said, LOL to Paisley. And Paisley said, enjoyed it. Time for my cat's nightly yogurt before bed. Nice. Hopefully they enjoy it. And Fennec said, hanging out with Mr. Moto Man. Give him scritches for me. And Tech said, 15% into 49 miles alone. I'm getting tired, but only have a little bit more to do in my closet today. I can do the rest tomorrow. Nice. Seems like you've had a productive day, which is always very exciting. Like I said, my day's been pretty productive as well, because, again, on my little to-do list here, I filmed, edited, and uploaded my September releases. I finished Canyon Cathedral. I put my September releases on my Instagram. I got to page 250 of Blood of Dragons. I've set things up for phase 10. I've got all of my, I think somebody is mowing. Apologies if you can hear that. There it is. I got all of the papers in the jar because I did start a few new series. And I took down the cards because I had finished a phase. And I did a load of laundry, took down the laundry that was on the rack, and then put that load of laundry up. So I am feeling very productive today. And during that sprint, I changed our little friend and changed the sounds. I put on a cozy fireplace, and I think I'm going to put on some rain as well. Yesterday I did nothing but knit, but I needed it to be that way. Sometimes you just need a day where you chill. That will be me on Sunday because I have a pay-per-view. So I will be having a nice chill day where I don't do much on Sunday. Maybe I'll do a couple hours of sprints in the morning before the pay-per-view, because I think it starts like 11:30 my time. But, as for the rest of the day, it's just going to be wrestling, and then definitely after I get done with resting, I will be burnt out. I usually am. Like I said, tomorrow, the tentative plan, I'm going to, when I get done with this, I'm going to schedule sprints for 9 a.m. tomorrow. So if y'all want to join me for some morning sprints tomorrow, I will be here. Amanda said, oop, back a bit late, but started dinner, so that's okay. And I'm so close to being done with editing. I have like 3 minutes to check and then going back through and adding photos. Nice. Hopefully you'll finish that in the last sprint. Sue said, I was talking with my daughter. They just eliminated her 4 character positions where she works. She is too tall for any of the other characters, so she will have to be a host now. Okay, so like characters like, kind of like a restaurant where you play characters and instead she's going to be a host. I think that's what you mean. It took me a minute to figure out what you were talking about. Fennec said, I pretty much checked out and relaxed yesterday. I needed that. I did all of this, like set up my camera and then did sneaky sprints. Well, sneaky, I don't want to say sneaky sprints because there weren't sprints. It was just a sneaky live with Omi and Amanda to make sure I had everything set up so that I could potentially do this today. And then I freaked out because there were some really nasty storms near me and I was terrified because that's what my anxiety does when there's storms. Ah, theme park. Gotcha. Okay, Sue. So Sue's daughter works at a theme park. And I believe we're getting ready to go into the last sprint. Hopefully everybody's ready for it. Okay, I will see everyone in 30. So how did we do? I'm now on page 79, and I'm actually really enjoying this. So it was a good choice to pick up. Again, there are people doing stuff outside. Apologies. And it's Cielo! It's very loud, so I do apologize if my mic is picking that up. Let's see. Fennec said we had storms too, but for me, they are relaxing. I don't know if you saw, I did send you a text about that, Fennec. Being a host is probably better due to heat. I would assume not being in a costume might be better. And let's see, Fennec said I spent a bit just watching the storm roll through. Not me. I was watching the Weather Channel and trying not to have a panic attack. Sue said it is, but the pay is less. She has seniority or she would be out of a job, period. That sucks, Sue. And then Omi got here and said, I just woke up from a nap. This is a great surprise. Your timing is fantastic, Omi, because you got here just in time for the last sprint. I'm going to have to figure out how to put like a banner or something up on OBS so that everybody will know. And Omi said, of course, haha. Mary said, thanks for sprints. You're very welcome, Mary. Thank you for joining us. Amanda said, hey, Omi. Fennec said hi to Omi. Fennec said, Cielo, hi. Omi said, hi, Amanda and Fennec. Sue said, thanks for sprints. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Yes, I'm planning on sprinting at 9 a.m. And Cielo from Omi, yeah. Sue said, bye, everyone. Bye, Sue. Thank you for joining us. Ren said, thanks for sprints, Crest. Well, thank you for joining us, Ren. Tex said, 26% into my book. I can no longer see my closet floor. Other things needed to be put back in so the bedroom wasn't a mess, but all of my clothes are hung up. Nice. I really do think from the sounds of things, you had a very productive day. Text said, I can deal with the rest this weekend. After this chat, I'm cooking dinner. That sounds like a good plan. I will be having dinner soon, too. Omi is 31% in my audiobook, and you got the dog out and fed. Nice. What are you listening to, Omi? And Text said bye to Sue. Amanda said, I finished the first round of edits, ate a bit, got the kiddos cleaning and such. Thanks for sprints. You're very welcome, Amanda. Also, everybody, give Amanda a round of applause. They are very much the reason this is happening, because they're the one that helped me get my computer set up. They helped me figure out how to do OBS. They gave me feedback yesterday. I mean, Omi did too, but they couldn't really help on the technical side. So the only reason any of this is happening is because of my aunt and my cousin getting me all of this stuff, and then my good friend Manda for helping me set it all up. And Fennec said I'll join in tomorrow if and when I wake up, as in if I wake up in time. Fair. You're a few hours behind me, so I can understand if you're not quite up yet. Omi said currently working on Death of a Hussy Hamish Macbeth mystery. Nice. Is that on Series-a-thon, maybe? Yes, I know, Cielo. I know. Also, I can show you. And I leveled up. So, and I did my library today. Let's see. Omi said, yay, Manda. And also, hi, Text. And Fennec said, thanks, Amanda, for being the awesome person you are and helping our friend out. Yes. Believe me, Amanda can tell you how lost I was with setting up a desktop. And both Text and Sue gave Amanda a round of applause. Amanda said, I should be up by the time sprint starts, so should see you then. I'm so glad I could help. Selfishly, I love your sprints, so I had to have them back to hang out with y'all. Yeah, see, you didn't do it for me. You did it because you wanted to sprint and because you wanted to see Miss Ellie Belly. Say hi, Ellie. Oh. I'm so glad that y'all got to see Bugsy and Ciely and Porky. Yeah. The whole crew is here. I really like that. Now that that's done, I can also show you there is also just a plain timer that I could use, but then I wouldn't be able to time how long the chatty bits went. So that is also a possibility, but it seems like now that I've got the circle one, that works out really well. I might use the timer when I don't have like a cutoff. Like I might sprint for 2 hours, I might sprint for 6, depending on how I feel. And Tech said, "Hey Omi," and Omi said, "Yes, it is for Series-a-thon." Nice. And you're here for the kitties as always, Phoenix. Yes, that's why most people are here. Let's be real. And what's really, really cool, because you weren't here for this, is the camera moves. So let me hang on to it. I can give like a kitty cam. Here, go show off the kitty cam, Cielo. Where if they're like chilling and curled up in my bed, you can actually see them. You can see, nope, that way. Bugsy is on the bookcase. They really like that spot on the bookcase, and you can like actually see them, and they don't look like, you know, blurry blobs. So I can easily give y'all a kitty cam if I want to hang out and I don't necessarily want to be on camera and the kitties are actually in bed. Like, it is one thing to be on camera to chat a bit, but sometimes when I'm reading and doing stuff, I don't necessarily want to be watched the whole time. So this would give me another option if the kitties are, you know, doing something like making biscuits. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, this is all a work in progress. So like the feedback about how the timer was too small is great. At some point I'll have to try to figure out if I can find a way to have the desktop audio, well, the audio from the game actually play even though I and my ambient sound in my room are muted. But these are minor things. I'll figure it out as we go. It's all a learning experience. You guys love the kitty cam. It looks great. Very cool, yes. Yes, Cielo is making some biscuits. Also, Phoenix, because you were not there for the hidden sprints or hidden video yesterday. I have all of these fun friends. So let's go to my closet and I can show them off. So this is my little caterpillar guy, and then I have a teapot. I'll drop that. So we have a teapot. I don't even think I've looked at the teapot color. Ooh. Oh, I'm getting the rainbow teapot. I'm definitely getting the rainbow teapot. I hadn't even looked at the teapot's colors. I have a little, like, trash panda who I literally found in the trash can. There is a puppy. Of course, I have my little, bee. And then this guy I found in a pot on the stove. The very first one I got is the early burb, which feels very true to me, given that I love burbs. I have a hedgehog, who I have changed to be a purple celestial color. This guy likes to clean things up. As you can see, he's got things inside of him. And then this one comes with the game, and it's Kitty Cat. I wonder if there is a way to see the chat text that you are reading. As Amanda says, I don't know about a specific message like Restream does, but definitely can do chat on stream. Plan on looking into it more soon. Yes, I've seen it done, so I know it can be done. I just don't know how. So Amanda is going to be working on figuring out how to do that and then explaining to me how to do that. And Phoenix loves my friends. Me too. It's just the hardest thing is how to choose which character I am going to pick. And Omi says they are so cute. Ooh. Tech said you can match the critters to what you are reading. That is a good shout. I could do that. I don't know which one fits out of my mind. Well, the main character did just get a dog, so I guess we'll go with the puppy. And oh, Phoenix, you're gonna like this. Look, there's a trans puppy. We're gonna purchase the trans puppy. It's Molly, right? Hi all, Chris. Hope you are doing okay. I'm doing alright. You got here just in time for wrapping up. I will be back, though, at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, because the time pirates don't happen on the weekends. And I miss having the morning sprints, so I'm going to do them tomorrow morning. So I will be back here at 9 a.m. I'm going to schedule them once I get done with this, because I do not believe I can schedule sprints while I'm in the middle of sprints, but that is the plan. I might do them again Sunday. I have a pay-per-view at 11, but I could do a couple, like 3, as long as we don't chat too much before the pay-per-view. And Amanda said my puppy is set to the trans puppy. Yep, I just turned it to the trans puppy. Choose the trans puppy. Matches your character's clothes. It does. It does. I did that on purpose. Because I have, like, the trans socks, and then I tried to make my jacket somewhat trans with a little bit of purple, and then I made my library very non-binary. Hence all of the yellows and the purples, except for the rainbow bookshelves, which are very queer. Let's see. Molly said, yes, Molly, I'll stop it if I'm awake. Sweet. So, that'll be nice. I'm hoping there'll be people around, and I'm hoping it can be a thing I do somewhat regularly, and if I can get into a routine with it, then I'm sure there will be people who are really excited to have that, like, Time Pirates type sprints move into the weekends too. Because I can't be the only one that misses them on the weekends. You might have a concert on Sunday. Is it in the morning? Because if it's not in the morning, you'll be able to hang out with me. I will miss sprints this weekend, heading to my friend's wedding tomorrow. Well, I hope you have a good time and that your journey is safe and you get there and home safely. Fennec said at least for a bit, midday-ish. Well, like I said, it'll be in the morning. And it's not going to be, like, hours and hours and hours and hours. And Fennec said be safe and have fun, Omi. Yes. And Amanda said congrats to your friend, Omi. Fennec said, yeah, your library is very comfy. It is. I really, really like it. I think if I go like this, yeah, you can get an even better view. And, like, everything is customizable, which is, like, really, really cool. I'm really liking making everything my own. I have more rooms because, like, each location has different. So, like, right now I'm in the fireplace, but there's also study, which I have not customized yet. And then there's a reading nook, which I am jealous because I would love to have one of those. And then there's Arcana. And Phoenix, because this is new. There's also a garden with 3 locations. So I can hang out in the garden, like, I can hang out in the gazebo, I can hang out in the garden, or I can hang out over here. And then there is a train where you can hang out inside, or you can go to the exterior. And one of the fun things I found with the exterior is you can change the background. So I could be traveling through outer space, for instance. And then there is of course the bedroom kitchen area. And I have customized some of this. I went with a green theme. And then I can show you the kitchen, which is also very green. So I'm, like, sitting at the table, but I can also, you know, be at the stove. Oh, look, the puppy helping me. But I can also be at the counter chopping veggies. So it's, like, really, really cool. I really, really like this. Because, like, it's a game because you're trying to collect all of the little, you know, peoples. However, well, the little, and then there's the full view of my kitchen. And, you can change, like, morning, afternoon, evening, and, like, I've got it set for raining, but if you turn the rain sound off, the rain stops. You can make it gloomy. You can even make it snow. I haven't tried that yet, but there is a gentle snowstorm. There you go. And there's some snow blowing past the window. So there's all sorts of different sounds that you can make, and I just think it's really cool. I'm having fun with it. And like I said, it's a very chill game, and you can have to-do lists. I like the timer because I've been using the to-do list and the timer to get stuff done when I'm by myself. And of course you level up, and then there's like these guys, and there's certain like different activities that you have to do. So you have to be in like a certain location at a certain time of day, maybe where you're listening to a certain sound or stuff like that. There are hints. I'm not going to show you because maybe you don't want to know. But you have to figure them out to gain your little critters, which is like a really low-key fun aspect. It's like a really chill game that is also like a productivity thing. So I'm going to go over to my little bay window, and we're going to meditate. Let's see. You can change the background on almost all of them, but obviously the outside is most noticeable, yes. All your spaces seem very cozy to me. I have a lot of work to do. I haven't changed a lot, like, as I've only had it a couple of days. So I've only customized that one location in the library and then, like, my bedroom area. So I still have to do, like, the garden and the train and stuff like that. Omi loves the pup helping, and Fennec says pup dreaming. Yep, that's cool. It is. I really like it. You can really mix and match and make the environment what you want. I love it. For sure. I wonder if it'd work for me. I'm kind of interested. It's really cool. And like, if you're into like the character creation, you can make this person look however you want them to. And I think, yeah, I keep clicking it on OBS, forgetting. But like in the closet, there are presets. So like, I mean, you could make it so that you have different looks. So you could, like, that's my version of me, and then maybe you want to have a fairy version or something a little different. So you could also just create different characters for different moods. And then there's tons of clothing. I mean, it's all pretty customizable, which I thought was really, really neat. And like I said, you can have spirit animals, you can have activity items, so like you can choose your laptop, what color the book is you're reading, gaming consoles, even the magic color, which I think is really neat. So, like I said, I quite like it. And then, of course, if I go here, I mean, I can change the curtains, the cushions, whether I have a snack or not, and if so, what kind of snack. The hanging items. So it's kind of, and like the side table, and the ones with the paintbrush, you can change the colors on them. So it's like, it's got a bit of like The Sims with just, this is what it looks like. Or you have almost like a color wheel type thing where you can really customize it to whatever you want. So I think that's really neat that you have all those options. I think the earning the little critters and leveling up has a good dopamine hit motivation, plus them wanting to be able to unlock customizables. Yes. Every time you level up, you get those little tickets. You earn in-game currency, and it seems pretty easy to earn, which I think is really neat because it makes it feel like you don't... it's not like you can't advance if you don't have the in-game currency, or like you have to buy in-game currency or get frustrated, at least from what I've seen so far. Having horns is important. I mean, it could be to some people. And Amanda said, I highly recommend getting the all-in pack if you choose to. There's so much to it, and it's so cute. Even if you don't use the productivity side, it's cute just to have it on the background. It is. And I'm not going to play it because I'm on stream, but there is music here, so you could also have music going in there. And I think Amanda said there's a way to connect it. Yeah, and they said it in the thing. And you can play music through streaming. You'd have to be careful, of course, yes. But I think, can't you connect it to, like, your Spotify or something like that? Like, you can connect it to the actual music. And decorating is really relaxing for Phoenix, yes. It is one of those things, like, I don't want to do it all at once, because I like the idea of being able to drag it out a little bit. You suck at keeping track of time, so it could be helpful when I need to keep track of time, yeah. And like I said, the timer is customizable, so you can go down, you can customize how long the breaks you want to be. Same with the sessions, which I think is really cool. Seems like you can only do 4, so that's good to know. There's a stopwatch. You can set reminders. Like I said, there's a habit tracker. Let me drop the habit tracker down. There's a journal, so you could start journaling. There's a productivity history, which I think is really cool. And I clicked on the OBS again. So I think that's, really neat that it has all of this. There's a clock, so if you wanted the time on the clock, you could have the clock up. And then, like I said, the to-do list is really, really handy. And you can set a due date, so like when you need to get these things done by. So I think it's really neat, and I think like you can just easily add new tasks. And it's easy to delete them. So I think it's really cool. Let's see. And Omi said I think it's on sale right now. At least it was when I looked it up. Yes, it was. When I got it, it was. And Omi asked for a link, or Phoenix asked Omi for a link and then got it. Yeah, you can connect to YouTube. There's a little external source thing, so you can use YouTube instead, though the volume levels last time I checked were a bit messed up. Still good to know. And Phoenix said that's handy, Amanda. Amanda said, and you can sign into your YouTube and it'll stay logged in at least for a while. It's really cool. And Omi said, wow, this is really in-depth. Yeah, and I didn't even know it existed. I had seen the timer on Alicia's channel, and it never occurred to me that it wasn't just one that was, like, on the internet. And then I saw it on Vanessa's channel, and was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then they were talking about the new DLC, and when they talked about the new DLC, I went, oh, it's a game. So then I was like, Amanda, do you have any idea what this is? Because I want it. Phoenix said, gotta look into it. I've got it up on Steam and added to my wish list. Yeah. The other things on my wish list are Tiny Bookshop and maybe Fields of Mystria. I'm tempted by those, but like right now I'm so into this that I'm not going to want to play those, so I'm not going to spend the money on those right now. But it was like really cool to be able to buy a game for the first time in well over 2 years. And I like that I have my little characters. I love this game so much. I've got too many hours on it. I turned it on when I got up yesterday and did not turn it off until I turned my computer off yesterday. And I've done the same thing today. So I get the feeling I'm going to be very addicted to it as well. But yeah, I think that's a good stopping spot. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I am really, really happy to be able to be back sprinting. I've missed it, and I'm excited because I trust this computer a lot more than I trusted my laptop. So hopefully y'all will continue to see me sprinting, and it was nice to be able to hang out with some friends, because I'm pretty sure all of you here, especially you three, know just what I've been going through. So it was very nice to hang out with y'all tonight. Omi said, Tiny Bookshop looks so cute. I'm not sure if it's for me, but I like watching others play it. I've watched Little Simsy play it, and that was when I was like, okay, this looks like the type of game I could really enjoy. I think maybe I'll hold off on something like that until I can figure out how to use Twitch, because I would like to also start streaming on Twitch, especially if I'm going to be playing games, because I think that could be fun to kind of build a community over there, too. And Fennec said, I don't think I'm going to be spending money yet myself, but I will keep an eye on it. Nice. Amanda said, I'm with Omi on the Tiny Bookshop. It's super cute, just not my thing personally. I think it feels like my thing. I like really low stakes games that are not super chaotic. And Tex said, thanks for sprints, as did Omi. You're very welcome. Phoenix was saying, I'm glad I was able to join in today and hoping to join in tomorrow. Hopefully I will see you all there. And Tex sends hugs. Thank you, Text. And Amanda said, I'm so glad that you were able to sprint. It's always such a great and motivating time. I always get stuff done when I sprint. Even on days when I don't feel like I'm capable of focusing, it always helps me get something done. And Phoenix said, I've already got games on Steam I need to get to. That's fair. And Omi said I would join in for gameplay watching. Yeah. I think it could be a lot of fun. Jackbox. That was I was going the games, the games you play with like the trivia and the games. It was Jackbox game, like the party pack. That could be fun to eventually work towards doing with everybody. You'd totally be there to watch gameplay. Yeah, I think it would be fun. It would give me a way to hang out with y'all when I don't feel like reading. And I don't feel like my brain is capable of taking in words, because I've definitely had a lot of that the past few months. In some ways, all I want to do is read, so I don't have to be in my own head. But other days, it's like I want to hang out with people, and I don't want to read because I'm so tired, but I also don't want to edit or anything like that. And I think that would be a cool way to kind of balance things. And honestly, I read way too much, so it might be good to have a hobby that isn't reading. So I find it so relaxing to watch others play games. So do I, which is why I watch them all the time. Like, when I'm not, like, I watch more, like, Blood on the Clocktower and people playing Blood on the Clocktower than I do BookTube. Because it is a break from books that I very much need. Oh, there he goes. He's a bugaboo. I think that is a perfect note to end things on. So Bugsy and I are going